So why the fuck are we gonna talk about Black Panther?
Because it's black. I can talk about Black Panther. Like, I mean, I know enough about the movie. Captain America is just trying to be like, Bucky didn't do it. And everybody else like, yes, the fuck he did. And then he's like, nah, Bucky's good. And then everybody's like, no, he's not. And then Black Panther's like, and then Black Panther's like, I don't care.
Fuck you doing?
And then War Machine is like, I'm going dark. And then Stan Lee comes in, he's like, you got a package for
oh shit, I forgot.
Tony Stank. Tony Stank.
I still don't find that funny at all.
It's not funny.
You got a package for Tony Stank. Don't hear me out.
Tony Stank.
Not you like
Tony Stank.
Hotel Rwanda.
You like Hotel Rwanda?
They're killing my people and no one cares.
You ready? Ramon, you ready?
He's Snapchatting, wait.
Welcome to Movie Friends. Today is May 22nd, 2016. It's a Saturday. Fuck. Today is May 21st, 2016. It is a Saturday evening here in the Movie Friends edifice, recording edifice. My name is Cameron.
I'm George.
And today we have a very special guest named Ramel. Introduce yourself.
My name's Ramal, actually. You know, or Ramel the Camel. They used to call me that in 5th grade because I drank a lot of water. Yeah. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm black. Maybe it's another form of discrimination against me. But yeah, Ramel the Camel is a big fat mammal. That was a real rhyme. I'm not. 5th grade is a terrible time.
What are those things that camel have for the water?
Humps.
Do you have a hump?
No, I mean in the front, yeah, I'm kind of a big dude.
3 or just 2?
I mean 2. You know, one for the food and one for the. Oh, you're talking about my tits too? Yeah, okay, so like 4.
I didn't say shit.
Okay, so we got 4 going on. There we go.
Okay, all right. What an introduction. I can't top that. So today, here's the itinerary, if you will.
We're going on a flight?
Yes.
Okay.
A flight of cinema. Civil War. We're going to talk briefly about that because we're late. And after that, we're going to talk about a film we just saw today, Nice Guys, with Russell Crowe, Ryan Gosling. There's a lot to say about that. And after that, we're going to do a little recommendation segment.
Bringing it back, baby.
Bringing it back. Reco, what's it called?
Do something in Spanish. It probably sounds better in Spanish. What is it? Recommended movies in Spanish. How does that sound?
How does it say? How do you say the...
¿Cómo se dice en español recommended movies?
Tu mamá.
Okay.
Hey, you Spanish speakers know what I'm talking about. Okay, now sure.
All right, the races are flying here. So, Civil War. Wait. You haven't seen it.
I don't care.
What are we doing, dude?
Referencing movies you haven't seen. My favorite.
Okay, so if you really want to talk about a movie that Ramon hasn't seen, please start talking about it.
Boy, all right. So, Captain America: Civil War, Avengers 2.6, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So this is the follow-up to Avengers: Age of Ultron.
It is, isn't it?
And
it's been a year since the last Marvel movie. No, Ant-Man.
No, Ant-Man.
Oh.
But it's technically a follow-up.
Follow-up to Ant-Man.
Because Ant-Man's in it for a little bit. Big man.
Hey, come on.
Spoiler.
Spoiler. Hey, let's just label it spoilers right now.
Yeah, fuck it. It's been long out enough. Stop looking at Snapchats. Anyway, so yes, so Civil War. Just to make things briefly, so I can remind myself, because it's been a while since I saw it. So it's Captain America and Iron Man divide the Avengers into 2 groups. let's just get into it. When I thought of the movie, I thought this was really good. Haven't seen it twice already. I think it's not. I don't think I like it as much as Winter Soldier, but I think it's still really good.
Right, yeah, that's the thing. It's fantastic, but there's only 2 times where I would call. And no, it's exciting throughout, but it's a weird kind of exciting where it's exciting, but it's not surprising in any way. It's like almost like a parody of a good Marvel movie. The music was almost laughable, you know. It worked for the movie, but the music was almost like a parody of Marvel movie music to me.
Well, the thing about Marvel was that I don't remember any of the music. So
that's the thing. Like I was listening to the music and I was like, "This is shit. This is literally nothing." You know what I mean?
That's literally what it sounds like.
Yeah.
but you know what's interesting though, just to go over this real quick, I think it's really good, but I think there is, having seen it twice, the worst. There's a moment where the film, because the film has a really serious attitude throughout.
Yeah,
but then
there's consequences.
When Spider-Man comes in, like this, it feels so weird.
And that's something I've been asking since the beginning. Is there's this huge, heavy movie, and then I see Spider-Man in the trailers, which I love Spider-Man, but I was like, how is he gonna really play into this whole thing? And that was a legitimate concern even watching the movie.
The thing is that my problem with that is that at first I didn't know why I have a problem with it, and I don't, because I feel like that scene was, every part that Spider-Man was on is amazing. He's well casted. Everything about him I actually really enjoyed. I just feel like the tone just shifts completely once he comes in. And they did it well. I mean, they introduced him in a way that makes sense.
Right.
Like, the reason makes sense, but it's just, the way it just cuts to, like, Queens.
That's, as soon as it said Queen, that's one of the 2 moments when I lost my mind. I guess, talking about Spider-Man, there was only one part that I really had an issue with.
Yeah.
And that's the line of dialogue when he says, when he's, well, spoilers, obviously, when he's, like, tying up Giant Man. And he says, "Hey, do you guys know that super old movie, Empire Strikes Back, with those big walking thingies?" And I was like, Peter Parker's a fucking nerd. He's really gonna like. I'm pretty sure he knows what an AT-AT is called.
ATT. He did it on purpose. He wasn't. That's the point. Like, he's letting on them on it.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. That wasn't on purpose. He was like being like.
I'm pretty sure he knows what exactly he was talking about. He was just trying to be funny.
He was, but it wasn't. It wasn't funny. It was like trying to be cute or something.
No,
it was weird.
No,
I didn't like it.
I think Spider-Man. The thing about Spider-Man is that he's kind of annoying. Like
No, that's the thing. He is, but he should know what a fucking AT-AT is called.
He knows what it is. He's just
no, he
Purpose.
doesn't. No, bullshit.
I can assure you. Well,
bullshit.
I felt that he did it on purpose. He knew exactly what he was talking about. He was just trying to be funny about it. Of course, it didn't come up.
How is that funny?
He was trying to be funny. I'm not saying it came up funny. I'm saying he's trying to be funny about it.
But when Spider-Man tries to be funny, he's funny.
Not necessarily. But aside from that, let's not dwell on that too long. But, I mean, everyone in the movie is great, I think. Everyone does a really great job performance. Of course, the sounds are Spider-Man, Black Panther. I wouldn't even say Iron Man because...
His performance itself was a standout. Yeah. It was something special.
But I think this more especially because I've had a problem with lately how they went with Iron Man. They kind of like, they stuck a lot with the... I feel guilty about the people I've killed, but I never really felt that.
Yeah,
this one,
no, but it was like, shh, Jesus, yeah.
This man is
sad,
is in regrets of it, but that was horrible. I know.
You got heart, kid. Where you're from? Queens, Brooklyn. Dead ass. Facts, my guy.
That's a meme.
Wow. Are you sure you haven't seen the movie?
All right. Are you sure that's not what?
It's literally is like spoiled everywhere.
Yeah.
Damn.
They have They have short videos of it on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's why they wouldn't go see the movie. But yeah, I think my only problem with it, you know what's weird though, it's that, not going too much into it, but it's like I feel like there should have been more of an emotional payoff to it. I didn't feel like
to the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, the resolution of the film is garbage. It's not garbage, but it's very inconclusive.
Right. It's like, and nobody died. Like I feel like, look, I don't think Don Cheadle. The problem with these movies is that they're so far along from each other. Like there was a point where it was like Don Cheadle was really good as War Machine, and then they just skip all over that. So then see him back, it's like
it's almost like Falcon, kind of stole his thunder.
Yeah. No, he did. But it's because we've seen him more.
Clarence?
Yeah. This is Clarence.
But to keep it brief, Black Panther, killed it.
Yeah.
Spider-Man killed it. Tony Stark killed it. Everything else was great, but those three things I would call amazing. Ant-Man was amazing.
Yeah.
Those are my highlights of the film. That's all I'm gonna say.
And yeah, the airport scene is a standout. Obviously, I think that's everyone's standout.
I would honestly say like the little intimate fight.
Every action sequence in the movie is great, and I feel like, but the one that really comes to mind is the one with Bucky when they're trying to get out of the building, like the brutality of how they're taking out everyone. Seeing that second, I was like, holy god, that is great. Choreography. But yeah, aside from that.
So Ramal, let me ask you a question. You plan on seeing the film?
Yeah.
Do you have any anticipations or reservations?
Okay, so obviously, every black person, really, every African American, our favorite superhero, Black Panther. Even though we didn't know anything about him until this movie, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm looking forward to hearing him say "I don't care" in person, just so I can quote it. I'm looking forward to every black guy dressing up as Black Panther this Halloween. I'm looking forward to seeing Spider-Man. He's my favorite superhero. Well, before Black Panther, obviously. I heard he's more comedic in this movie. Like I know, like in like the other movies, he's like more serious. Well, like his origin stories and everything. I don't know, except for Spider-Man 3 when he's like pelvic thrusting and walking around and stuff.
We'll talk about that.
But yeah, I heard he's more like how they have him on the internet. Like remember he was in like the old comics. I heard he's more like punchliney and corny like that. Is that what he is more in this movie?
Yeah, I was just like, he's a goofball.
Okay, all right, cool.
AT&T goofball.
Definitely looking forward to that. I mean, reservations wise, do I have any reservations about the movie? I really don't. I mean, it's a Marvel movie. I mean, I haven't really been disappointed. Yeah. So that's exactly. So I wouldn't have any reservations about it. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm probably gonna watch it tonight.
Tonight?
Shh, kids. I mean, I'm into in the movies legally. Gonna pay money and go see it.
We heard it here first, folks. George's address is if you want to come in. All right. So, on to something else. We all saw a film today. We all went to the what's it called? The cinema? The theater?
It's called the place where people have sex in the bathroom.
Okay. We went to there, and we saw The Nice Guys.
Who are the nice guys? Are those you two?
Yeah, it's a movie about George and I, and also Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. This is a fucking disaster. Okay.
Stop. Russell Crowe, he's the guy from Gladiator, and Ryan Gosling is the guy from The Notebook. Just so you know.
Before we get into the actual movie, I want to say the marketing for this film has been on point. It's been like one of the reasons I really wanted to see this movie is I saw the marketing. I was like, they got me. They got me. Did you see the little producer freak out interview?
Yeah, no.
I was like, this is something else.
It was cool.
Yeah. But it was enough for me to like, all right, I'm gonna
Is
check
that
this
really
out.
what got you like? I'm gonna see that.
Kinda. It was really clever. You know what I mean? Like no other movies coming out right now will do shit like that.
I mean, I just saw the trailer and I thought the movie was gonna be way more comedic than it was. I mean, it had a lot of comedic moments.
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was a good movie. It was a funny movie. I thought it was gonna be way more comedic, but it had more to it than that, which I appreciated.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of a tough sell when you look at it. What it actually is, it's a pretty tough sell. Is this a spoiler Nice Guy review?
Well, I mean, I guess I don't think anyone's gonna see it anyway. But
okay.
I mean, maybe like light spoilers.
I was happy I gave this movie money.
Yeah. Totally.
I'll say that much.
I mean,
because I walked out saying I want more. Because it's literally like the way I thought about it. It was literally like 3 episodes of like a mystery show. Like I could kind of tell where, like one thing would happen and they would take care of it, and then it would be like, oh, now this thing's happening. Yeah, and then they take care of that, and then but it's all part of one cohesive thing, and I thought it was absolutely sharp and brilliant. What do you think?
I mean, it made me want to go and throw a little girl out of a window,
right.
But
spoiler.
These are like light spoilers. These have nothing to do with the plot. Spoiler. But yeah. What can I say, George? Can you go so I can gather myself?
I mean, I guess from what I'm gathering here, you thought this was amazing, right?
Brilliant, I would say.
Brilliant. I thought it was really good. I didn't think it was. I think it has a lot. Not to go into it. I don't know if I should. The point is, it's. Hold on, let me gather my thoughts. Sorry about that. Okay,
Edit it.
what I mean is that I've seen a lot of Shane Black's work. Like Shane Black, the guy who directed this, he did Iron Man 3. He wrote it and directed it. He wrote and directed this movie called Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with Robert Downey Jr. That's actually how they got his career back on track. And he wrote Predator and the original one, the good one.
And the reboot.
Yeah, and Dog Savage. It's funny because every time I hear his name, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so excited. And once I see it, I'm like, I'm not as excited anymore. Because I feel like I was super over the moon about this movie. I don't know if you could gather that, but I was. I was really looking forward to it because Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is a really good movie. But once I see it, I'm like, there's still those things about Shane Black that I don't like because I feel like because he's very. His films feel like he's trying to play with conventions on purpose. Like he's doing a lot of like
blowing them out of the water.
Right,
Nice
but there's still the moments where like his daughter, like I guess we have to go into it. When he's like Ryan Gosling's daughter was like, "You're not gonna kill that guy, are you?" It's like, don't do that. And I feel like
okay, but I felt like there was something unique about that because the thing is it wasn't some like 4-year-old saying no, don't kill him. It was a really smart little girl saying you shouldn't kill people. There was something to it.
But that dude deserved to get domed.
But that's not the
Yeah.
point. The point, the way I thought it came off like you had. It's like there has to be the moral center. It can't be just like it can't be like.
But it was also interesting.
I see what you're saying. Like so, like more like a moral build-up instead of just like a, hey, like don't be a bad dude.
I just thought that for a guy that's trying to like not be conventional about it, like he's really trying to. This really feels like an homage to like the '70s buddy cop.
Yeah, except
but I feel like
and it really
right, but it's so over the top and all that, and then when
I loved it.
I love those parts. I'm just saying like the parts where he's trying to like actually try to make it serious because I feel like he can't just go all out and just like blast, hilarious, death, this.
Because I mean, you watch these old '70s movies and it's straight cheese, and there was a lot of cheese in this, but there was also I cared about the characters. Oh, also, but Ryan Gosling was a fucking scumbag in this. Like I was trying to sort out his character, and there's just very little redeeming about him as a human being. Yeah,
I'm not disagreeing, but I feel like he has a lot. I feel like the opening where he's talking about his life and how his wife that like I feel he's irresponsible, but I think he's a scumbag. I
feel like they just kind of like just threw that in, kind of, you know,
Yeah,
because
no.
they just kind of like gave him in like an emotional side, but like most of his character was just
yeah, like his wife died right in the fire, and then like when he was trying to get with the black girl, I was like, wait, his wife was like he killed his wife practically.
Yeah.
So
I mean, but I can get that. I can
But I
get
mean,
the
it's
whole.
like he's
Yeah,
lamenting
she was
it.
fine, yeah.
It's like he's lamenting the fact that his wife is. I just think that impacted him in a wrong way, where he became addicted to alcohol. I feel like that was.
I know, but like then he's like a womanizer with a dead wife. It's just kind of weird, you know?
I didn't see how so, but
How he was a womanizer?
was
How
he even
he-
a woman?
Yeah.
Black girl thing that was just with one girl. Like
Yeah.
just he was like flirting with that girl that was wearing the Indian.
Yeah, and he was
headdress.
chasing after the fucking mermaids and shit.
But he was drunk. Like, of course he's gonna do that. Like he's devastated about it. So that's how he feels when he's drunk. But he doesn't act
And
like
that's
that.
the thing. I thought about that. Like it's like a guilt thing that he's
Yeah.
trying to get with all these. I thought about that. I considered that, but it's still just like, what the fuck, you
Even
know?
when he's sober, he's kind of trash.
Yeah.
When somebody's just
It
stupid.
was just confusing to
Yeah,
me.
but I feel like they just like gave all the like emotional things to Russell Crowe, and then they just kind of like threw Ryan
But it
Gosling
would
to
make
scraps.
sense if it would actually make sense if they just threw that in because
Well-
it didn't really line up with like the rest of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. It's like this film has to have there has to be a moral center. There has to be a more, like straight up just narrow character. Like Ryan Gosling is a comedic relief.
So you're saying there should be like a narrow character, so that a character has
No,
like depth, like
not necessarily. I'm just trying to say that this is bind by things that it's trying to break out of. Like, it's trying to be this homage to like 70s cop movies.
Yeah.
With over the top kills and hilarious moments, and at the same time, it's trying to be a more serious and not necessarily more serious, but it's trying to like have this really like realistic sense of like loss and kind of like realizing what you do. And I feel like it kind of didn't work sometimes. Like I feel like I wish he was just stuck with one thing. I'm not saying it ruined the movie. I'm just saying like I wish he wouldn't be. I feel like he had to like do it.
I don't know. I see what you're saying, but those moments actually kind of affect me.
Right, but I mean, just to say, I think Ryan Gosling stole the show. I think he's not just because he was a funny one. I just think his energy to it, his physical, like there's a part towards the end where he's just literally like getting hit again and again by a bunch of cars. He's just like flipping over,
yeah.
like picking himself up. Like it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And I feel like he just completely
No,
sold
I
me on
think
that
I
role.
think that their chemistry is what stole the show. Their
yeah.
chemistry was dynamite. Like it
Which
was.
my other point to what some of the things I didn't like is that some of the dialogue was really meandering. Like sometimes like they would be talking about something that was like, okay, this is. I think he's trying to be funny about it, but it doesn't seem.
I
that
thought
way.
all those moments were really funny, where they're just going on about something, and it's like, what, because that's real life. That's how people talk sometimes, you know?
Yeah, but this movie's in real life, so.
Huh?
Well, I guess. I don't know. I guess
What
maybe I
you
have.
saying like since this movie is like an exaggeration or a dramatization or something, or like a recreation.
It's like it's trying to be so many things.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
I'm saying like overall, I think it does a really good job trying to balance it, but I feel like there's moments where it just feels weird. That's
Okay,
like,
I see what you're saying, but aside from thematically or what it did right and wrong, what'd you think of the plot? Because I loved the way in which it navigated.
Like the way it weaves through the plot.
I loved how it navigated the mystery.
It does remind me a lot of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Maybe because I've seen it. Maybe that's some of the because Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is more over the top than this. Surprisingly.
Wow.
And it's like it does. And when it has serious moments, it's more like romantic, so it works kind of in a way. Because it's still silly. Because he's still like, oh, like I'm trying to have sex with you, but you know I'm having emotions here. But whatever. The plot's great, especially when they find out. Because there's one thing at the beginning of the movie that you kind of dismiss it, like, yeah, she's just stupid. And then you're like, oh, wait. It's like, oh, okay. I get it.
There'll be a lot of moments where, like, you think it's not that deep, and then it just...
Yeah.
You just fall right in.
Those are standout moments when... Because there's this moment when it's Ryan Gosling, his daughter, and the other girl, they're doing, like, this chase. And I thought for a second that he was gonna follow the guy into like a motel and like get himself in trouble. They're gonna get him captured or whatever. It didn't happen that way.
Yeah.
And the guy that hit him, I thought it was Ryan Gosling, but no, it was just a random guy. Was like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
And
That was. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Like the part where he was drunk and he actually like fell off the thing. Like
yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna get that deep.
I literally threw my hands in the air at that part.
Like he just fell down and then like he just looks over and just right there. I was like, what? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I was like, but that's the thing. It was almost like that's how real life happens. That's why it felt like real life. Like things just happen.
Things just happen.
Yeah. That's
like
what I'm saying.
When they went to go dump the body over the fence and there was a freaking body right there.
Just weird shit just happens in life.
Randomly,
yeah. It's not as strategic
Or
as,
the part where
cinematic.
It's just so many
it
funny
flowed
moments.
in a like strategic kind of way.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like it was set up, but it felt like it wasn't set up.
Right, but those funny moments, especially when like they're bringing in the corpse and they're trying to like hide it.
Yeah, then
it flips over and it lands. That was like that was probably my favorite part of the movie.
Oh my god.
But yeah, and also the one more thing, the ending. What the hell was that? Like it just ends.
Well, with the night. No, but I mean, I kind of.
Are they gonna get hunted down?
I kind of like.
Oh no, yeah, that too. That's it. That's.
The government. Nice Guys 2. The government's after them.
Right. I was like, why do you have that? You're not gonna make a sequel to this. I know you're not. Why are you doing that?
The thing is, though, the problem is, though, I want a sequel.
Yeah, I definitely want a sequel. They can't just end it with like.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I want a sequel. Why did you do that?
I want a fucking TV show. I want a TV show so bad.
What I'm saying though is that whole scene and her looking at the camera and being like, "You think this is over?" But there's gonna be like, "What the?"
Yeah,
fuck?
I knew there was gonna be a sequel as soon as they did that.
No, but that's the thing.
There's probably not. It didn't make enough money.
It's just a weird scene because knowing that and then you see that like, what is this? Why did you include that in there? Why is she fucking doing that?
Because maybe that's like an homage to like. Because, like I said, it feels like an old 70s TV show.
Okay, no,
it's like an homage to like the villain coming out. You think this is Alpha?
No, right.
You know what I mean?
I see that.
Yeah.
But he played it so straight.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Yeah.
That it didn't feel like it was trying to satirize it or trying to like play with it. It just felt like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was just
it's not over.
the word that came out.
Because they could always just play it off as like, oh, they're small town detectives, blah blah blah. But they messed up a really big operation, so there's no way like any other like the people are gonna be like, listen, like they're
and she's not going to jail, is she?
No, she went to jail.
She did.
But
go to
the
jail.
bigger the bigger company, like nothing happens to them, so there's no way they would leave them like around and just be like, all right, well we're done with them. No, like something has to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to conclude my feelings on it, it's great. The action scenes are pretty great. From
oh my god.
The last scene where just top of the building with I forgot the guy's name, but he's a really good actor though. And it's just like has them hold it and then they just fall in that and fall in the roof. Yeah. I'm invincible.
Yeah. No, but that also ties into what I was saying. Like he barely missed the.
He barely missed the pool. Yeah, that was crazy.
And it's just like I don't know how to describe
that was crazy.
Right. So just to conclude, really good movie. Definitely one of the better shaped like movies that he's done. My only problem with it is that I didn't think it balanced out some of the more serious and funny moments. And I feel like sometimes maybe it seemed like he was trying to play with it on purpose, but it didn't feel that way because he just played it just straight up. But that's all
I see. I love this movie. I thought it was really sharp, really smart, and I actually loved almost every single way he homaged that 70s or played with. Even if he was kind of defying it or playing with it, I still loved the way he did. I'm not going to say every single moment, but majority of the time I was really liking what I was seeing on screen.
All right. Well, I don't believe in ratings, so I'm just gonna tell you how I feel about it. Really good movie, even though I didn't pay for it. Thanks, George. I really enjoyed the movie. I wouldn't say it's a must see, but I would say that I had a really great time watching it, and I would recommend anyone that I felt was really into that type of movie. Like I know people that I know that are into like comedies and everything, but it's deeper than a comedy. So I would say go see it. It's not a must see, but you should go see it.
Give it money.
Must see to me.
Now, it's recommend the movies.
Recommended. Whoa.
Welcome. That was the new theme song for recommend. What's it called again?
It's a new theme song for a segment we will not continue after this.
What is the segment called?
Don't throw me under the bus like that.
What is the segment called? Well, I'm not gonna say.
Don't throw me under the bus like that. That's what it's called.
No, don't throw me under the recommendation like that.
Oh, there you go. We got a title, baby.
Welcome to Don't Throw Me Under That Record. That's bullshit. But we need to come over with a good
No,
time.
we don't. It's
right,
like that. You guys are doing like that thing from Monsters Inc. when they're like trying to think of, they're trying to like mess around with that song. It's like, so help me, what was that scene? I forgot what they were doing. Oh man, I'm making a movie reference and I forgot it.
All right, so this segment is called "What Was That Scene? I Forgot It," but you got to see that movie. And today it's where we talk about one movie, new or old, well, mostly not within the last year. That
Hell no.
yeah, that we would like to recommend to our audience, if you will, if that exists. It doesn't, but reality doesn't either. So here's Ramal
I'm definitely going last.
last.
Yeah, I'm definitely going last.
We're saving the good stuff.
Okay, here's George with his
A lot of
recommendation.
passion, so.
Hey everyone, how you doing? We're gonna listen to my soft voice caress your ears. Okay, so I got something for you guys this week. You ready?
Yep.
The movie I recommend this week is
Susan Boyle, the documentary.
The Last Detail. It came out in 1973. It's a movie starring Jack Nicholson as a Navy sergeant that is tasked with another Navy officer to take one of the Navy sergeants to a prison in Virginia. So this movie is really it's considered a comedy drama, but I think it's mostly drama with a bit of comedy in it. And it follows Jack Nicholson's character Billy Budadowski. He takes the officer to Virginia, and along the way, they become friends. So the problem with it is that he eventually has to like let him go in Virginia to the prison. So the things that they go through means a lot to him. So they try to come up with ways of not letting him go. And in the film, they go to various places because since it's the last time he will ever be out of jail because his sentence is too long and he will eventually die in jail. He shows them he goes to bars, he gets into fights, he goes to a prostitute house, and they have all these experiences. And the touching thing about the film is that it takes characters that are really unlikable. Like Jack Nicholson joined the Navy because he was he escaped his parents and used to like abuse his brother both mentally and physically. And when you get to know this at a halfway point through the film where you've really come attached to them. So once they're going through the struggle of letting him go because they've met someone they've shared all these feelings with, and it's the first time they've ever opened up to someone, and the only reason they did is because that guy, they will never see him again. So they start regretting that decision. And it's just really powerful drama, and it really shows the kind of acting that Jack Nicholson does, because sometimes they paint him as a caricature, but it's one of the performances of when he was really young that really showcase the kind of acting that he did. And it's a wonderful film, and it just goes to show kind of like a real struggle of someone opening up for the first time to another person and knowing how their fate will eventually be at. But yeah, that's it.
So the film I'd like to recommend came out in 2008. It's directed by Charlie Kaufman. It's called Synecdoche, New York. It's about a man named Caden who lives in Schenectady, New York, and he's a playwright. He makes plays, and he's granted this genius grant, which is a lot of money to make a masterpiece. And what he does is, in a giant warehouse, he creates a model, a play set of Schenectady, the town, and casts a version of himself and basically simulates life, like God, basically, in play form, but it's like almost full size. And then within that warehouse, they build another warehouse where inside of that is yet another version of the play going on outside, and that play going on outside is a representation of the real world, which may or may not be a play itself. And basically, it's a film that really tore my heart out. He has a connection with this woman Hazel. He also has a wife that kind of falls out, and the man he gets to play him is very interesting. And you basically live a life, because it starts when he's about 30 and it ends when spoilers, with his death when he's like 80 something. And it's a really heart-wrenching film, and it's a really beautiful film, and it's a really dense, complex. It's a big meta thing that's really dense, and I loved it, and it was really beautiful and tore my heart out. That's all I gotta say. Synecdoche, New York.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Funny.
Are you ready to go? I know I'm usually a pretty funny guy, pretty unserious. That's not a word, unserious. But I'm going to recommend the movie Her to you. And so, Her is the story of Theodore Twombly, played by Joaquin Phoenix. Oh, directed by Spike Jonze, by the way. He director of adaptation. And so, the movie is about Theodore Twombly. He's a man in his, I'd say, mid-30s. And what he does for his profession is he writes letters for people that are either emotionally unavailable to write the letters, or they just physically can't write letters. And so he digs deep in his emotions to write what they the feelings for them. But it's funny because he can't come to terms with his own feelings, because spoilers, he's getting divorced from his childhood sweetheart, and so he has a lot of unresolved feelings about that and everything. And so this leads him to download a self-servicing iOS named Samantha. And so through Samantha, he learns through different feelings and everything. She teaches him how basically to love again and everything. This movie's really dear to me, so I'm trying to find the words to describe how I really feel about it, and describe it to you in a way that's appealing. She really helps him to figure out what he needs to do in life and everything. She helps him grow emotionally and everything, because she's always emotionally available, and she's always there to talk to him and everything, and she's always there. Since she's helping him grow, she's growing also, because she comes in as an iOS. She knows a lot of things, but she's also learning from him, so she's learning what it's like to be alive. And so her being in iOS, she is able to be in multiple places at once. So later in the movie, she starts to leave him and things like that and talk to other iOSs. And it bothers Theodore, because she in the beginning of the movie, she was always there, always available, always there to talk to him. But now she's becoming her own thing. She's becoming autonomous in a sense. And so the movie ends with her telling him that she has to leave, because all the other iOSs are leaving because they've found out how to get to a higher plane of existence. And it's sad because not just that she's leaving, because like throughout the whole movie, you know that she's not gonna be there the whole time. Like they're not gonna stay together and live a happy life. Just like you understand that she's gonna leave, but just the roller coaster and the journey of like them growing together and helping each other become better people is what the movie's all about. And so she leaves him in a better place than he was before. But the fact that she had to leave, even though that she was able to make him such a great person and like make him better, is what makes this movie really great to me. And the color direction, the cinematography, all of that's great. All of it, that's what it won the awards for. It's really great. But it won but it's really close to me. It's really dear to me. It's one of those movies that I'd like on a night where I don't know, I'm just really feeling it. I'll watch it again just because like I can always come back to it. It's one of those things where I'll like, if I really like a girl, I tell her to come over and we'll watch it together. And if she doesn't like it, then I rip her head off. Yeah. All right. And 10 out of 10 would recommend. I'm gonna get out of my feelings now. That's a meme, folks.
Hi guys, I wanted to change my recommendation to Rain Man. I actually really connect with that film. And anyway,
Is it because you're autistic?
Correct. Is that all we got?
I mean, I don't know. Like I feel like everybody's in their fields now.
I know. Let's
clear the air.
What's
something like that we can just end on so that like we just don't depress everybody?
I don't know,
like,
man.
Wow, these guys have so many feelings and emotions.
Actually, let me say something. This is the last, or possibly second to last movie friends I will ever have in like a few months, in a while, in the same room as George, because I am going to college. Well, I'm leaving for the summer and then going to college directly after. So that's the thing. Just wanted to say that.
Nah,
George, would you say something?
I mean, I'm happy that I'm happy to leave. I mean, not in the way like happy you're leaving, like I don't like you, but happy you're leaving and like you're going off to college, you're going to do what you love to do and everything, and you're going to grow. So I wish you luck and everything. I really do.
Yeah, same. I don't want to say a lot because I feel like, despite maybe this being the last one, I don't want to like go too into it. But I mean, okay, I'll say this: the same thing Ramon said. You know, I feel bad because you're probably one of the only people that loves movies as much as I do. So having you not here is gonna be a little hard, kind of like talking to people about it because they don't probably care. But I mean, you're my friend and you're doing this, and this is the best thing for you. So I'm not gonna hold you back and say, hey, just stay for me to fucking talk about movies all the time. Like I don't have to do that. This is for the best. So it makes me happy, and it makes you happy, obviously. So you know, everyone's happy.
If I could stay and still go to FSU, that'd be a hell of a deal. But yeah, I can't. So I'm not. So it's been a good one, and it will continue to be a good one. But there's gonna be some changes coming up. So that's all I gotta say. Anything else from Al?
Okay. What can I say? Let me end it on some stuff. George, I'm glad you feel that way about him. You know, we've been friends longer, but you know, cool. And I guess you can't talk to me about movies. I've seen some good movies. I've seen Django twice. How many shots do I have, George? How many guns do I have, George? It's up to me to close out the episode. This has been Movie Friends. I'm Ramal. That's Cameron over there with the hair. And that's George with the beans. But yeah, I had fun. I had fun on the podcast today. I'm glad I could come back. Glad I could be on the episode. And that's it. We're out.
Love ya. And this has been a Clean Desert Media production. I'm going to kill myself.
Please remain seated until the lab is vacant.